During times of uncertainty, it's comforting to know we have a healthcare system in our community that's been committed to supporting us for well over a century. In this current time, we are standing together, and our bond is stronger than ever. KDMC, caring for our community like no one else can.
Yeah, Braylon, you get into the starting line, back in the starting line, put up a career high in receiving yards, man. I mean, what was that day like for you, and what did it kind of validate the work you've been putting in after all the injuries and stuff you've dealt with over the last year and a half?
Man, it's a blessing, and yes, like you said, it's just showing all the work that we put in as a unit, as a receiver group. So just seeing that pays off, it's all a blessing.
Go to Parrish.
Braylon, was it frustrating for you to see a game taken off the schedule and to kind of reach this point in the season with uncertainty over what the rest of the schedule looks like?
With the COVID stuff going on, you expect things like this to happen. You just got to keep on working, take every day, a day at a time, and just prepare as you would prepare like you got a game coming up.
So is the focus this week for you guys more about looking at yourselves or more about preparing for state?
Today was like just correcting the mistakes we made on Saturday, and I think as the week goes on, we will prepare for state as well.
Neil, go ahead.
Hey, Braylon, I was curious if you've given any thought to, what your plans are for next season.
No, sir, I haven't. Right now, my focus is just winning out the rest of the year, and just trying to be better each and every week.
When you look at, I guess, how many balls a game that Elijah's getting, how much his stock has gone up, is that a role that you could see yourself, assuming that he's gone next season for the NFL, is that, some of that workload you could see yourself taking?
Yeah, of course, whatever Coach Levy and Coach Lane want me to do, I'm willing to do it, no matter if it's on the outside or the inside, just make the plays when it comes your way.
Go to Nick.
Did you kind of anticipate that your role in this offense would be that field stretcher like you were on Saturday, and just kind of how do you get open on those routes where it's just you one-on-one downfield?
It's at Coach Levy, the play calling. He dials it up for me, and I just know he expects me to make a play, so that's what I do.
Just from your perspective, what dimension do you think you can add to the offense? That seems like the one thing the offense wasn't really doing at the start of the season, and then you start catching those passes against Carolina.
Doing those things like that, it's opened up the running game and the short passing game. They always try to take away the deep stuff. Matt can drop it down to the running back, Elijah to the outside receivers. So that's good.
Back to Ben. Or any more questions for Braylon? Go ahead, Ben.
Yeah, sorry. Braylon, I was kind of following up on Neil. I had a similar question. When it comes to making that decision at the end of the year, what will be your process? How will you go about deliberating that and just considering the possibility of coming back?
Right now, I really haven't thought much about it. My focus right now is just finishing out the season, like I said, and just getting better each and every week. When that decision time comes, it will be a tough one for sure, but I always make the right one.
Yeah, Deane, we've heard a lot this week from Lane, from other defensive guys about just the work you guys as a defense are doing as far as stopping the run and getting off blocks. In your assessment of this defense, where do y'all have to improve, and where's the greatest problem areas that y'all need to fix right now?
Really just the same thing, getting off blocks and just playing our gaps right. I know for the secondary, I know that we lost contain a lot, and that's just something we got to improve on.
Go ahead, Nick.
How do you guys as a team kind of handle the stop and start of preparing to play, not preparing to play, having the weekend off? Just what's the mindset when you get a game taken out from under the rug like this?
I think we just got to approach every day with the same mindset, just trying to get 0.5% better. And, it's just unprecedented times. You don't know what's going to come at you, but just got to approach every day with the mindset that you're going to get better.
Is that tough?
No, not really. Like when you go on the practice field, it's the same thing. You just gotta line up in front of another guy and compete.
Go to Parrish.
What goes into keeping containment better, and how do y'all improve there?
Just kind of understanding where your help is, the flow of the defense. There's just a couple of times where I could have passed my guy inside and stayed outside, but I jumped inside and just gave up contain. That's just knowing the defense and knowing where your help is, really.
What was it like for you guys to all of a sudden realize you didn't have a game this week?
We kind of heard it. Well, at least I heard it before we played this game, so I was kind of expecting it. But yeah, once again, just go out there and practice again. It feels a lot like a bye week now.
Is it frustrating to reach this point in the season and see a game taken off and uncertainty over what the rest of the schedule looks like?
I don't think frustration is the right word. Once again, you just got to approach every week with the mindset that you're going to improve.
Go to Ben.
Last time we talked to you, Deane, you mentioned how you're trying to get settled into the physicality of the SEC and just get used to this level of playing stuff. Where do you feel like you are now?
I feel a lot more confident now. Just in terms of the play calls and the defense, I just feel a lot more settled down. I kind of just got the play call lined up and knew my assignment. But once again, it's getting off blocks. Like tight ends are bigger, receivers are bigger. It's just getting off blocks now.
Hey, John, talk about where you guys are, if you would, emotionally after the South Carolina game. We've seen you guys improve in some different areas and then just seemed to be a lot of struggle against South Carolina. Where are you guys in terms of confidence?
We still been, we still got a lot to improve on. We got to stop the run. Teams been hurting us in that, so we just still getting better. We got to stop the run. Teams gonna continue to do it until we stop it. So that's all we've been focusing on right now is just stopping the run.
What's holding you guys back right now in the run game? What's not happening for you?
It's just sometimes like all of us don't be on the same page. Like when we do click and everybody on the same page, we can be a good defense, as y'all seen Arkansas game when all of us was on the same page. We could be a really good defense when we click. It's just that I guess we just be off sometimes.
Go to Ben.
Yeah, John, you've been in the back in the starting lineup for a couple of weeks now. Are you starting to feel more like yourself? Because you were a starter for a lot of the year last year before you got hurt. Are you starting to feel like you're rounding back into being yourself, back in form?
Yes, sir. I feel more comfortable now that I'm back playing. I'm back playing well, making plays, trying to help the team out as usual. So I'm feeling real good. I finally got a role that they found that I can play. So I'm feeling real good right now.
Was it frustrating for a little while there to be watching it and not being able to help when you were injured and then start the year and be on the sidelines for a little bit? How frustrating was that? And now to be back in the lineup, are you starting to feel like yourself?
Yeah, it was definitely frustrating at first, but I just kept working hard, trying to keep finding a way or roles that I can play so I can get on the field and help my teammates.
Go to Nick.
Pretty simply, how do you plan on using this second bye week now that you kind of have a little more free time this weekend?
To get better. That's all I know. That's all I want to do is just get better as a person, get better as a team, so I can help my teammates out.
Anything specific you'll be working on?
Yeah, I'm going to be working on filling gaps correctly and working on man technique.
Go back to Parrish. Parrish, you're muted. There you go.
Okay.
Now you're muted again, Parrish.
There we go. Are the coaches using this week more to look at technique and whatnot for you guys individually as a defense, or are y'all using the extra time to focus on Mississippi State?
Kind of both, but right now we just big focus on just getting our blocks for real, because that's been another thing that been hurting us too. We can't get our blocks well, so we working on getting our blocks this week as well.
Back to Ben.
What is it, John, about getting off of blocks? Is that a mindset thing, a technique thing? That's something we've heard from a number of different guys that's been a struggle for you guys. How do you fix that?
Well, to me, honestly, in my opinion, getting off blocks is a mentality. Like, receiver come to you, you got to win that matchup. in my head, a receiver is not blocking me.